Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Hunters of Justice with me, Hershey, and Rascal, who is hiding in
Hi.
the background.
The next reading we're doing is on the 26th for me. It just occurred to me that's the day after Christmas.
Yeah, that is
It's still
gonna be
fine
the
with me.
day after Christmas.
It's still fine with me.
So anyone who is here and who is not gonna say Merry Christmas in advance for you guys because I will not be here.
Well, yeah, sure, it's understandable. I hope you have a great time with your family.
I hope I do as well. But we are not here for Christmas. We are here to solve some riddles, are we?
Yep. The store recently had its Halloween,
It
and
is
they had a
way before Christmas.
memorable time there.
We have some hero music for Vice coming on the stage.
I recall from this story being surprised that Ruby's just suddenly good at riddles. I believe there was no hint of that before. But the closest one I would have guessed would actually be Weiss. She's the more educated one.
Yeah, but Ruby is more wise in critical thinking. So I would say Vice is the intelligent one, and Ruby is more like the wise one. I mean, she's the
So,
leader of the group, so
so, well, you think that Weiss would have maybe memorized the answer to the riddle. Ruby just figures it out
yeah.
on the spot. Okay.
I mean, it took some time for her as well. It was an obvious clue that, oh, the shacks are in a question mark from they might be in the shack.
Well, that kind of little puzzle would be designed with Batman in mind, who does have a, you know, actually I forgot what he calls it. It's some flying bat vehicle,
I
and where
think
you'd
it's
be
a
able to look
Batmobile as
down and
well.
see that kind of clue from the sky.
Yeah, it's a Batwing, right? I
I
think.
think so. Or bat jet or something like
It's something bad.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, let's go because I definitely know for a fact that we are not gonna finish this chapter, this run.
Well, as usual. Let's proceed.
Let's see. Let's keep the close eye on the scene attacker as she made her way across the skyline. Coming to a wide hill, she refused to break her stride and get a series of platforms to leap across. The signal grew stronger, and the ivory mage allowed herself to nod. The sooner we get this over with, the better, she thought, continuing her search. And the light had been slowly building up in her, having been searching for the Riddler's next game for almost half an hour. When he had said his Riddler was scattered toward Gotham City, he had meant it. There were several times where he might get lost among the dark alleyways and twisting rooftops, but after a while, he had managed to gain a solid grasp of her destination, and at the very least, he had managed to stop a few crimes along the way, mostly petty theft and armed robbery, which we know is more spread out at the moment because of the Scarecrow thing last time. There's a lot of robberies around. and the Batman is not here. It's almost like they know that the Batman will be out.
Maybe that's is the case with some of them, but I have a feeling that's not the case with the Riddler. He was
I mean,
expecting the
he was
Batman.
expecting the Batman, yeah.
He even hoped it was. It's like now feels gypped. Like you stood me up. I designed all these obstacles here for you, and you didn't even show up.
I mean, that is gonna be a two-hitter. Why did the Batman not show up? The tech also allowed her to get a better view of Gotham itself. It was a far cry from the vibrant Jump City, or the classical city of Wales. It's almost like it was in a different animation style altogether. Because it is.
Vast majority of the depictions of Gotham is gothic.
Yeah.
Compared to most other cities, just a little dreary but almost grand too in some of the architecture.
I mean, it is more like is it made out of New York or was it made out of?
I think it's Los Angeles, so it's
Or
based off of
yeah, yeah, that's what I.
whereas Metropolis was based off New York. And you can tell too if you see a lot of water around Metropolis, as is New York does have a harbor.
Yeah,
That's how it grew in the first place.
but it is very different, and there were not many skyscrapers in Rhode Island. Instead, if she had to describe the city in just one word, she would have to say it was rusty. In every sense of the word. There was a deep, gorgeous smile that covered everything. A fit that permeated every building and every soul. I mean, what did you expect? There was a whole gas attack.
That's the kind of environment that be conducive to more active criminal environment. Imagine the opposite of that, where you'd hardly see any crime because it's very clean and everyone's polite.
I mean, you would actually think that. But crime is everywhere, suddenly. The difference is if you can see it or if you if you can see it because they are out in the open or they are more hiding it.
There are places in the world where it's less frequent and less intense, and sometimes it's for a very understandable reason. Like it might be an Arctic environment where it's already so harsh to survive that everyone's more likely to band together rather than betray each other.
Yeah. I mean, once again, we know that Batman is kind of a cause and a cure at the same time. If he
Yeah.
wasn't that, we don't know if there were more or less crime. But because he is there, we know there's a lot of crime, and somehow they never learn.
Well, it seems like some of the lore for that city in multiple comics or iterations of the story indicate that some of the crime did kind of step up to try to match Batman, where others stepped down.
Yeah.
The ones that couldn't handle him, the common criminals, um, may still be around, but they're kind of like ducking and hiding, trying to hide, or they really did give up. There's even some organized crimes that just kind of bellied up eventually. But then the super criminals stepped in to take their place. The ones that really had the craziness to try to match him.
And then the
Sometimes
small
they
ones
sometimes
came back.
yeah, sometimes they did it because he was around, to try to challenge him, or he did something or that may have accidentally caused their rise.
Also, it is a big city for one person. To see everyone.
Which is why a lot of people live there. Yeah.
I would actually say that there are more people living in that one city alone than the whole of London. I mean, now it is 100% sure because most of them are dead at the moment, but and London is now exploding.
You're probably right. I haven't seen much of Ruby, but I did get that impression about that city because it had a very dedicated purpose for why it's there.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, there seem like there's very few cities left in that world. So anyone who's alive would be tend to crowd to those fewer locations.
Indeed.
But I get still, it looks like there's lower human population overall in the entire world. The monsters are kind of the reason for that.
Yeah, that's what I said as well.
Yeah.
I said the professor was tangible across the city. The people are given up on the lot in life getting any better. It was sad, more than anything else, and she wondered why the Batman would devote so much time to helping the city and everyone else would have written off and lost cause because it is his home. You should actually know that even if your home in the shithole, you would probably try to make it better
There were
if
some
you have
times
sentiment.
The Wayne's family had tried to help, and sometimes it backfired, and other times it may have been more or less successful. But if they're going to start any like charity programs, there is a lot of criminal activity out there that might try to seize some of the pie. You know.
Yeah. But at the same time, there was something she couldn't describe in that other than the fears covering on them. Something that shouldn't be exposed would shine bright and lift everyone's spirit. So that was why he continued his crusade. Regardless of his rings, Weiss continued to respect the man, even if she was finding him to be a tad overbearing and stern. Not to mention, paranoid. Not even a bit.
Here's a few paragraphs that tries to remind you that Weiss is approaching this from an outside perspective, and she's only recently encountering this information up close. And smart enough to see the details.
And let's just say, in standing, Weiss is the closest to Batman. In all of the races. He is the only one who came from a rich family, from the whole group.
Yeah.
At least she would tell he can. That was more than she should say about her own father. I don't know what to say, that yeah, there's a very big difference between them.
He didn't really swing far in the other direction, though, right? An active criminal trying to make the world worse on purpose.
No, he was
I
more
don't.
like trying
It's
to get his money more.
yeah. From what it sounds like, he is selfish in a neutral way. Not
Yeah.
really trying to hurt anyone, but just doing what it's necessary to fill his pockets, and typically doing it above board.
I mean, he did use slavery, so it is
Was it
not really
really
neutral, but
okay? Okay, but was it against the law in his society?
it was looked down at that moment already. It wasn't illegal per se, but and later on he wasn't using slavery, he was paying just enough to survive. So, kind of slavery. And only for the half human, half animal
You're
creatures.
you're talking about the faunus.
Yes.
It was exactly what's crossing my mind. The one version of them that's kind of looked down on them is something that I would expect him to take advantage of if he could. Particularly if he really thought he can get away with it, even if he was caught.
Yeah, and Mike didn't know about that in the early ages. But later on she learned.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was kind of obvious. Before Mike could go it further, the signature went wild. The Emerald Mage stopped, standing still on a wide platform, higher than the dark could have seen. He turned around in a circle, telling everything inside, to try and find the Riddler's puzzle. I almost had the Riddler puzzle. It would be very strange if he would be the Riddler. I mean, it's nice to me. Her eyes are really nothing. Revealed nothing. I saw eyes proud and pressed the button on the side of her mask. And what? A thin blue shimmer across her horn. Her heart. Revealing the city's utility eyes and its past. You see everything, from electrical wiring to gas lines and motor mains. A perfect tool for trying to find anything out of place, or something put in place by a delusional maniac. So basically cheating.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect it to be a neon sign that says the riddle's right here. And then arrows
I
pointing at
mean,
it.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the Riddler to do that.
If she does find it, though, I think there will be a question mark somewhere around it to indicate, yes, this is the clue you're supposed to pay attention to. But he might put it in invisible ink or something like that. Or you may have to do some detective work to discover it.
Yeah. There you are. She mumbled, as she was an array of electronics assembled inside an abandoned warehouse. While skating a series of platforms, make her way to a cracked window, and while she arranged it, using metal as a blade, she gently forced the window open. She slid it off and crawled inside, landing on the catwalk with a loud clang. She froze, hoping there wasn't anyone around who heard it. But after a few moments, however, she was only joined by a few rats. With her weapons clutched tightly, Rice made her way toward the electronics, then caught her attention. Her heart illuminating the otherwise pitch-black interior.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
The cat faunus that's part of the team. I know she was afraid of dogs, but what if she encountered mice?
I
What happened
mean,
then?
I don't know, I don't think I remember any mice in Gotham. No, Gotham, yeah, in Remnant.
Remnant? There's no mice in the entire world?
I mean, I don't know, I just never seen it.
Okay.
I mean, we have not seen many animals altogether. We have seen some dogs, but that's all.
If they do have mice, they might have mice faunus too.
I mean, we know that there are mice for us, but we don't know if they have mice.
I just wonder if she'd have an instinct to chase after them if she ever spotted mice.
He might, but he would be able to withhold it.
Okay.
Yeah! His hearing is in pain. And the light inside the warehouse started turned on, making the interior blue and yellow. Once his heart shut off automatically. Luckily, but instantly to her leap, she had her hands close to her eyes to try and drop all the spots. After a few moments, the pain lulled, and she slowly blinked them open, only to find herself standing and the fully activated in the puzzle before her.
Just
With
occurred to me,
all the little lights.
is she alone? Did the other members of her team split up? Which is quite possible. They're searching the city, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they are searching for multiple
But that also
puzzles.
means if she encounters any trouble, she's the only one that'll be able to handle it.
Yeah? Oh, you've got to be kidding me, she yawned, as she made out what only could be described as a maze of square tubes, reaching up one of the walls. A maze of square tubes. Rat labyrinth. There was a single metal hamster ball at one end, and the right top of the maze is an opening near one of the cat boxes. I mean, I would like to know how big is the maze of square tubes. Is it human size or is it rat size?
It looks like it's hamster size.
I mean, it never says. It could be, but we are talking about the Riddle here, so it could be human size and you have to go inside this hamster ball and you have to reach the end.
Let's read on.
So, you finally found the pattern. In the thought in her escape beyond to life. For the first time, White saw the internet squad appears, and she wasn't impressed. The man was dressed lonely, wearing a bright green overcoat over a purple undershirt. I mean, to begin with, I always had a what can I say? I thought it looked very much like one of the villains in Army. There's a Hitler, and this is Roman Torchwick. Just put him in game, and we have the same character.
I guess their outfits are kind of different, barring the colors. And they got like the hat too. Heck, they're both wielding something as well.
They are both wearing a cane, yes.
Does that guy have a tie? I can't see it
Yes.
from that side perspective, you know.
I mean, not really a tie, but let me bring it here. It's more like a neck scarf.
A little bit of a bow.
But you can see why I told him to Hitler immediately when I saw him.
Okay. Yeah. Their weight and height might be a bit similar too. And there certainly is the gender. And species, I suppose.
Yeah, they are both human, for all I know. The man was dressed goldenly, wearing a bright green overcoat over a purple undershirt. The great question mark around his throat. And a single upright question mark set at the front of the skin and pepper him round the head. And in front of him, laying diagonally across his body, was a dark green game. Something a golden question mark, and why shouldn't have, but go on some more. Actually, accidentally closed the whole thing. There you go. This is our Riddle right there. I mean, it's a well-known, if it wasn't green and purple, it wouldn't be a normal outfit.
Actually, if you kind of think of it, that's kind of the way I designed Card Shark as well.
Yeah?
He had a very similar motif.
You remember the whole 9 yards with the team hit now, didn't you? Yes, and you know smart. Rage coming from the girl cosplaying as a magician. The mocked. The waves his hand and skated around with the floor. But can you solve this? I can, but I can't. Placing her hand on the team, but then laughed. I would like to see you try. I don't even need to try, it's solved. The ski shut off, leaving Max alone once more. She sat in the maze for a moment, then pressed her fingers into her ear. Oracle? I found one of those puzzles. He said, keeping your gaze on it all the time. So you are not even searching for the camera, which will actually lead you to where he is.
I was just thinking that, like a little kid that hands a controller to the big older brother, like, beat the boss for me, please. It's too hard.
I mean, if I was there, I would search for the camera because obviously he's watching you, solving the puzzle, and you can literally trace the signal back to where he is. You don't need to solve his puzzle.
He wasn't hiding that. That's how Weiss found this place in the first place. He allowed Oracle to trace the signal to multiple locations to get them closer to the next puzzles.
Yeah, but you can bypass all of them. I see it, or correspondent. Yeah, this is a typical challenge of his. Were you able to get a lock on the signal? No, unfortunately, he's mounting them all around across the city, and I can't get a good look. A good look. You are going to have to keep playing, and I tried to narrow it down. Understood. Right, Jones, as she said over her comms. She focused on the maze itself, trying to figure out how best to proceed. There were no controls for the hamster ball, and it's none that she could see, which made the question towards how the Riddler expected to manipulate it. Magnets! It's a metal hamster ball. Why is Pierre not here, by the way? Remember, Tablet is magnetic.
Sure. But the Riddler couldn't have predicted which one of them would show up here. He expected the Batman, actually.
Yeah, and the Batman would obviously have some magnets on his tool belt.
Going the other way around, Weiss didn't know what challenge she would face when she arrived, so it goes both ways.
Yeah? Seriously, you might as well give up now. But that doesn't to the madhouse's speakers. White ignored him, and instead moved her finger up to her chin. She looked at Milton herself, and the thought came to mind. Maybe she made as she had out her weapon, using it as a focus. She carefully formed a opposing glyph behind the ball and released it. Wingardium Leviosa! Kind of. Expecting the ball to spring forward, hitting itself against the chest wall. What? How did you? The Riddler began, a voice man. Yeah, of course. You were the only person to have some power, didn't you? it was only a matter of time before the math memorized out. No matter, this is a cerebral test. Not follow Bruce said, and I hope you have the intellectual capacity to complete it successfully.
You know what? I think that depends how much brute strength you got. There are some villains and heroes that might be so strong they'll be crashing through walls to go straight to the correct answer. Even if there were traps along the way, they just plow right through it. So it
Yeah,
does
but
depend how much brute strength we're talking about. What if Godzilla would be stomping his way through here?
solving a maze where you can see the whole maze from up above is not that hard. It might take time, but anyone can solve it with enough time. You
I'm
just
kind of
have to
leaning
go
on
to
your
every.
theory, though. If this was the Batman here, or one other Pyrrha, the magnetics would probably be the answer here.
Yeah. Instead of showing annoyance, Rice made a laugh, knowing that would rile him up more. He moved around the maze one last time, carefully putting out the best course. He said she found it. He smiled. Please, she began as she moved towards the starting position. I can do it in my sleep. With a declaration, Rice looked around and found a sleeping bag. Rice selected another leaf, pushed the ball down the track, and the bottom of the vertical shaft, Rice held another grip, and the ball made contact. It tossed the ball upward, like a flipper. Another grip propelled it sideways into the corridor, causing it from falling straight down. The warehouse became filled with sound of metal being plugged into metal, and Rice repeated the motion into one after another.
Hold on. Remind me what resources this is probably costing her as she proceeds.
I mean, it uses her aura, but this is more like a main technique for her. She is very much used to doing this, and it is on small scale.
So typically be either one of two things when it comes to her. Well, actually three. Either it be her aura, or it be her dust, or it be her skills.
Yeah, this is not using dust.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
don't even have access to dust
I
at
know.
the moment.
Right. That was why her family was rich. She doesn't have access to dust because she's no longer on Remnant. I think she found a few substitutes that's kind of similar here on Earth.
Yeah, but they are not
I'm
still the same.
yeah.
And everything they do, anything that looks magical, is probably using that aura as well.
Gunpowder would probably be the most common type that Earth has available. It doesn't have nearly the same versatility as the dust does, but yeah, it's still in that direction, I think.
But also that's volatile, because we know that even just fire dust exploded by Ruby sneezing on it.
In terms of the glyph, though, she is using her aura, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She will move the ball with her left, catching it against her shaft, or with the lips if needed be. And then she would allow the ball to descend. Other times she would manipulate it to the next level. Before long, I had better bounce the ball into the opposite opening, and with one final grip, push the ball outside. I mean, with
You know
this
what?
enemy, it is fine even if she uses up all her aura, because the opponent is just human.
You don't want to be totally defenseless. And I remember that lecture being taught to them before. The Batman's aware of the consequences if they ran out of aura, and that's something they don't want. He doesn't want them to
I
get to
mean,
that point.
she is not totally defenseless when she doesn't have aura. She still has her weapon.
Yeah.
It is
And
more
I'm
than
just pick.
enough against a normal human.
Is she like in the hamster ball that's being propelled around his
No,
face?
no.
Okay. All right.
It is just, it seems like it is just a normal hamster ball in a normal hamster labyrinth.
Okay.
And then, placed vertically on the wall. See? Rising victoriously. 5 meters later in the hand, projecting scene of platforms and the staircase. Despite her steps, she walked up the wall to see it had opened automatically, revealing a small trophy and a narrow green question mark. The wife picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, he did prepare his little games here for these unexpected powers.
Yeah.
Even if he was aware that they had them, he couldn't predict which one of them specifically would face each puzzle.
Once again, this is a very easy puzzle to believe in. Even if it is complicated, all you need is time. There's no way to solve it, no way to fail if you don't have a time limit.
Right, but what would the White Knight have done in her place?
I mean, what would he do? I mean, he is a strategist. So once again, even if he was not so good at solving puzzles, he would find out that, oh, I can just try out every possible way, and I will get to the end no matter what.
He
Or
would have
if I just
trouble.
follow one wall.
He would have trouble manipulating the hamster ball, though.
He would probably find something through it.
All right.
I mean, he would probably use a magnet. He would probably find one. He was lucky. That one was easy. They're terrified. At least compared to the others, you had no chance of meeting them. Watch me. But I still didn't. I mean, that's more like try me. Like the ones where she knew then that some security come out to get her. What did I say? He showed us one last time. Then the light man dead. Running to herself, was moved up to see the attacker once again. The current signal she was on was dead. Proving she had completed, but she was still picking up a faint signal nearby.
Remember, and this explains her attitude here. She was lectured about how to tackle the Riddler insofar as socially, that she was advised to frustrate him
Yeah,
by making his puzzles seem easy because he's proud of it, and if they solve it too easily, then it's a blow to his ego, and he's going to start making more and more mistakes. I remember they said that to him. In fact, I believe it was Batman directly said that to her and her team. This proves she's paying attention and she's following through with his advice. If he had advised to be more gentle with the Riddler, I guess Weiss would have done that too. Instead,
we have our Orhan at home. I don't care, but this guy
no,
right there is a fond of puzzles and things, and we just balance them.
I'm a little familiar with the game though.
Well, let's see if you can give me a challenge, animals. I've been looking for some, but so far, you have been disappointing. Well, you then the hornet, and like to imagine him screaming in out with indignation, but he didn't name her with a response as she began to search through a next puzzle. Easy.
Scene break means we're looking at a different character, and you knew the team split up, so that's what we're probably going to expect from each scene break here. What they faced.
Yeah. I think we can do one more scene. it is kind of long, but yeah, we can do this thing, and then we can end it after that.
Right. Alright. Here, I'm already starting with a problem here, though. There's many robins. So which one is it referring to?
All of them.
Yeah. Probably a red robin who's going to go bobbing along.
Yeah. When we jump to the spacious sewer factory on the air cycle, with racing music in the background. Bombing and weaving between exiting ports, or some activity, and manage other attempts, whilst keeping a close eye on the timer on the sun. I can actually imagine this music playing in the background while he is doing that. Awesome kind of like story. He had about 60 seconds left before the crowd trial ran out, which he knew was plenty of time. But a spout of flame shot towards him, and was thrown around it. His ears of telling the thing that prevented him from wiping out. Still, the course was remarkably easy to the young vigilante. Sitting along the track, Thomas spotted a large gap with the ramp. He angled towards it, and turned off his engine, increasing his speed. As he grew the distance, he saw several large saw blades swoop down towards his head. Rather than feel any fear, Tommy merely frowned, expecting better run around them. The saw blades passing barely a hair's width from his helmet. When he finally entered the ramp, a wall of fire erupted before him, but again, Tommy increased his speed. So as he was passed over the ramp, he sped carrying through the gap, and onto the opposite side. Upon landing, he momentarily swirled from left to right, but he kept his balance and sped on through. Robin, this is Red Paper. I heard Ruby announce over the radio. Every mate and I have managed to answer more of Riddle's puzzles as a result. Good, Robin answered, as he swung up the side of the tank, avoiding an erupting cooking spot. I'm currently doing another test of his. How in the millions did he manage to make this without ever noticing? Cried Elsie incredulously. And he had lots of money as well. I think he was planning, and the fact that he is setting them up in areas no one goes to. Robin answered as he looked at his timer gun. It had 30 seconds and with a slight frown. He increased his speed and the track angled sharply downward. You and I both know that's not even close to fully answering it, I countered. I mean, why does he get the resources to conduct all of this? The time to put it all together, and the money. How much did this human maze cost? A lot.
In a way, it's starting to answer their question, though. I mean, how he was involved with the previous scenarios. Who would have enough resources and money to help the Riddler do all this?
Batman. I imagine something like this. Oh, why is it so small? Yeah, something like this the Roman is doing right now. I mean that game did have some soul that fire as well. I mean we know 3 or 4 people who has that much money we know Lex, we know Batman, we know the Penguin, who has a lot of money, and we know the terrorist that I don't remember the name of. These are all of them, right? In the moment, who has all of the money. It's very good. Robin could hear the banging of metal in the background. By himself, he could tell but let out smoke. Having someone there? He asked. No, I'm... God damn it! I scowled. Who makes a pinball supper in a maze? It wouldn't be so easy, right? I should said that it looks like a pinball. There's a good setting with a chip on the shoulder, the side of a plane. Robin answered as he continued to spin down the track. I figured. Robin smiled before leaning forward and killing his speed. The timer now had 10 seconds, and the time was meant outward. He would see the finish line. They were sitting down, and Robin sped towards the destination. He knew that despite how fast he was going, it was not fast enough. So, out of desperation, he pressed the button on his handlebars, which edited literal oxide mixture into his engine, increasing his speed greatly. He felt his body being pushed back from the sudden change in speed, but he kept his grip along the handlebars. With the seconds to spare, Robin passed the finish line. They slammed on the brakes. His tires squealed, and they slowed down, and he pulled his bike to the side as he came to a stop. Question: what would someone do without a bike here? They couldn't be able to do the racetrack, would they? No! No, no, no! And I shouted angrily over the text speakers. How did you do that? It should have been impossible. You are cheating, aren't you? It's the only way it was possible. Completing tax on time. Yeah, there's a problem here. This is a possibility.
Yeah, it's exactly what it says. It's the only way you could complete these tracks on time.
I mean, there's a 2. No. It should be.
It should be possibly.
Yeah, possibly. But it could be not a mistake, it could be just like so random that he forgot to speak English. A bit mad and looked toward the camera.
That's actually an interesting theory. That he's getting grammar errors because he is getting frustrated. Which
Yeah.
is exactly what they were told that would happen with him.
It's your skill, Nemo. Something you have never been able to account for.
So
Why?
nitrous oxide.
I mean, it is kind of a cheating, but I think it's time that it will be impossible in the riddle. You are cheating with your puzzle, to begin with. Why, you little... Yeah!
I'm actually curious about something though. If the challenge was supposed to be impossible, then what was the Riddler planning next after that? If Robin did fail that test, what was supposed to be the next step of the game here?
I have no idea. But
It's
from
like
all I
everyone
know,
fails because the Riddler, the Robin failed, so they don't get that clue and they can't solve the ultimate puzzle. Riddler's game would stop right there, and so I'm not even sure what his game plan was there.
yeah, I have to disagree with the writer here. The Riddler, from what I know, never did make impossible questions. He wanted the challenge to be hard, but not impossible.
Yeah.
He was in for the ride as well. In that game, once again, Boston was sleeping in his fat voice. Even merely with each victory, the hero had over him. At first, the villain was able to maintain his confidence and spark arrogance. He marketed nearly every message to them with thoughts and mockeries, demanding their intelligence and ability in combat to his own. He would command them to negatively to Batman, anything that they bring him along, so he could meet his arch rival. But as the night wore on, to the endless confidence, the point where now he was nothing more than just a raging wreck. This means not only Robin, but also Ruby and White, although the former heroes was getting more and more frustrated, and the base puzzles he had been focusing on got harder and harder.
Now, that's one thing we can say to explain his attitude right now is the fact that he's getting frustrated because of the success of the other heroes. And that now he's going, well, but I still think that his puzzles weren't designed to be unbeatable. So it's just a little surprising that he's getting this frustrated right now.
Yeah. I mean, no, they are not supposed to be impossible to do.
Reaction
But they
I
can be
would have
hard.
expected. Now, here's what I think that his reaction should have been for Robin: a slow clap and giving a mocking compliment. Like, good job, Robin.
Oh,
You tackled that little driving puzzle great. Let's see if you're smart enough to handle the next challenge or something like that.
no, they first one thing in the beginning. It should have been impossible to any normal human being other than Batman. There you go. that is what's missing there. It should have been only possible for Batman. In his mind.
He knew that Robin was involved for quite some time, so I wouldn't think it'd shock him to see that Robin's participating in this game.
I mean, Robin even knew that it was impossible to finish it without the natural side. Now,
Yeah.
here comes the thing. That is also a resource that is not unlimited. So you cannot always do it. Unless you go back and get some more. Hey boy, you good? Let me ask. Come on, you stupid! Yes! Finally! Wow to my mind! I said, as she took me the complete difficult puzzle. Yeah, I think it is a yes. Yes, but oh, be quiet! And by the smile I know you have over your face. Whatever you say. Ruby have a sense. She has not seen her smile. Robin couldn't tell but Chuckle and the two-partner banter. It was amusing, to say the least. Especially because Batman is never not doing that. To say the least, not to mention a change in pace from normal serious way manner. Yeah. He was going to appreciate it, although he would stand for Ruby, throw herself down just then, and she was proving to be somewhat detecting at times. Oh, by the way, I just found the last mural. Ruby announced. I have to admit, this one was a little tricky. Who would have thought that he would have painted a small portion into blimps that had to be arranged in perfect order? How did you manage that? Ruby asked, getting curious as he made his way out of the river. Oh, it was easy. Once I figured out what was going on, I contacted the pilots and explained the situation to them. They were very baffled. And I said, Ruby is more wise than wise.
You said Robin instead of Ruby?
Ruby.
Okay.
I mean, Robin is more wise as well.
Mhm.
Why am I surprised you took such a straightforward solution? I mean, sometimes straightforward solutions are the best. Why side? Robin could feel Robin put puff over cheek. Hey! It was actually really hard. I had to dive them from the ground like an anti-air traffic controller. On the bright side, I now have a new appreciation about what they do. And you should. Robin admitted fully leaving the sword and re-entering Gotham State. As he made his way down towards the right hard that Ruby was located, he stepped about his he stepped a button on his helmet and connected to Oracle. I feel like the writer is raised up as well. Not just anymore.
Oh yeah, that little line right there is outside quotes, so that's the author talking.
Yeah. Oracle? How many are left? You in the mall? Oracle out, tapping away at the keyboard. I went to answer the signal they were mousing off of, but we have a problem.
Actually, I'm curious, what else did these solving these puzzles achieve? I mean, I would figure it would unlock a clue, but I haven't seen that part to the story yet.
No, it unlocks another riddle.
Hmm.
And that is, right as, a version of Ruby's heart showing that she too was making her way towards Ruby's position. It's not a riddle, or a classroom, but the CEO does not have the time to his goal. Send it to our hand, Ruby ordered, pulling into the alleyway and brought his eye cycle. He got over the vehicle, then pulled out his gapper gun and shot himself off the road, rejoining the Reaper. Then, Orca announced as Ruby happened to move towards him. Off in the distance, you can see a white speck made its way towards them, which he easily recognized as a bike, jumping across the rooftops or creating platforms across her large face. I have to go, Orca continued. There's an ongoing situation at the Iceman Lodge, and I am not ready to connect with the Roman for now, but a lot of epic lighting. Something happened and got caught? Romina suddenly concerned. Look at Roman's face told him about the same. What's happening at the Iceman Lodge? He has advice returning them.
Who was Red Robin, I wonder? It's probably one of the Bat family, I guess.
What?
Who was Red Robin? I wonder. I'm thinking it's one of the Bat family, I think. For a brief moment, I had confusion with the Red Reaper. You can see why. The names are pretty close. Actually, I don't recognize the other.
I can't help
names
it
either.
is Tim Tank.
Okay. Was Spoiler one of the Remnantians here?
No, spoiler is I think the mascot? Yeah, definitely Brown.
Okay. Alright.
The one who didn't talk.
Okay.
The one who was Yeah, most of them and what I was thinking my the I don't know what kind of group. They are the ones who actually care. Fiber got most occasions, but so for the writers are holding strong. As such, I would advise thinking with your current objective. If need me, I will send the bus thing to pick you up and drop you off at the location. Rumi right and Rumi looked at each other. Then nodded and Rumi passed her fingers to her ear. Couldn't realize you know what it's called. Rumi, don't copy me. Only I can mess up the words in English, please.
Ah, you've cornered the market on that.
Right side and right order up. Robin remains silent. No reaction big change of his head. But I can see to the radio. The ship is homing across herself. And moved up to her horn. Robin and White echoed their directions. West called her the house. This is a mad kid. Whether that was Oracle doing or the signal, they did not know. Nor did they had a car. What is always on its way here but never arrives? Why said aloud, they told. Great, hello Riddle. Why am I not surprised? What is always on its way here but never arrives the fast? Yeah, at this point, it's to be expected. Moving around, then began to pass around the thumb with her finger, more to her chin, hold up to her chin. Interesting here. Keeping related.
Actually, I'm gonna think the future.
No, it's not on the way here.
Yeah, the future is incoming, but it always stays a day ahead.
But it's not coming this way, it goes away. That's why I said past. But it could be anything. No, that's too obvious. But I said, shaking her head. He asked me a few riddles too. And no, none had obvious answers. But yeah, I can see future. It's something with time. Definitely. It's either the past, it's either yesterday, tomorrow, past, or future.
Yesterday is always leaving, and it keeps on growing longer and longer as time goes on.
Then it is tomorrow then. Tomorrow is always coming, but there's never gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always a day away.
I mean, for all we know, it could be the day after tomorrow as well.
Mm.
That is always an answer as well. It's a question with too many solutions. No, it's too obvious. Why is that shaking her head? He asked me a few riddles too, and none of them had obvious answers. If it is modus operandi, he was concurred, then hummed to himself. Always coming, but never arrives. The tears was hard on the rooftop. The intimate amount of time passed, which they couldn't pinpoint. It all seemed to just pass by too quickly. A multitude of potential answers were given, but none seemed to truly fit. Finally, Mike spoke her hand up his realization, which moved to me and Robin got in. I got it, he announced. Tomorrow. Yeah, we got that as well. The answer is tomorrow. Tomorrow? What do you mean? weird, but Robin held up his finger. No, she's right. If you think about it, tomorrow never truly comes. It's always ever changing, moving one day ahead of us at all times.
Yeah, if
Oh,
you think of time like a car on a road, the direction you're going is the future. The direction you came from is the past. It's just the past keeps going away from you as it's getting further and further behind you.
I have a counter argument. Now,
Well,
you could actually
you're
go
not.
to tomorrow.
You're right. You're not dealing with linear time anymore. But put it this way: if you travel to the future and you arrive there, then that's the new present. You're still always living in the present. He's just has a more relative way of experiencing it.
I mean, no. If you are traveling through time, then it's gonna be your tomorrow. You are not living there. We can't even give you this one. That's for sure.
If you're gonna have a time machine, why not design it with style?
Yeah? Now I get it. But how is tomorrow supposed to lead us to Riddle? It's probably a taunt. Why suggested think that we will never be able to catch him. But it just as likely to be a clue towards his location. And then you find that there's a sitcom down to a road down the street called Tomorrow. So we pointed out. If he's in pain, trying to discern what the possible aspect would be. While his face had a contemplative look. After a few moments, he made the fingers to the ears once again. Okay, can you do me a favor and give me everything in your necessity related tomorrow? He requested making Robin and Mike from their thoughts. It can be actually not just tomorrow, but today, tomorrow. Like if you are on Wednesday, it could be Thursday. And then
You know,
later tomorrow.
uh, tomorrow can in the present moment can translate into a date too. I wonder if you could take the numbers of tomorrow and and think of them as coordinates. That might actually point to a physical location.
Yeah? There's a lot of options here. One month, I can reply. Using later, a small territory appeared in the house. There you are. A list of every minute, this, and that's what actually minute with tomorrow. Thank you. Permission offer comes. Then turned to Ruben and White. The two were poring over the details. I wanted towards her. Good idea. Later, the thing was hiding out in one of these places, or not. White communicated to her partner, which can be beamed. As they continued their search, they was scanning the location and tried to discern where Riddle was hiding. I think I got him, Robin announced, suddenly on a singular location. A
He's
laboratory.
at he's at the laboratory that says secret layer here.
Yeah, or Riddle here. The laboratory was owned by the disgraced inventor, he or Morrow. Hey, the pacifiers! There's a black stone around it, but I can't get any feed. And I guarantee that rather less set up his base of operations. Well done. Let's begin. I should take the maintenance. What are we waiting for? Let's go at this guy. To the words right out of my mouth, commented before he, Rumin, and Mike flew off into the night. And me as well. Good night. As I said, we are ending here. And immediately jumping this spot. So, Riddles in the night. I mean, how can you be so sure that he is there? It could be not. It could be for a facade. David obviously think that I am there, so I'm not going there. Ha! It could be a red herring.
Maybe, but I kind of think he wants to be found. Eventually, but he wants that also to be earned. Because whatever information he does have for them may be important to
Yeah.
tell.
I mean, once again, I did say in the beginning that he probably planted his signals on the moment afterwards to learn about Marine. But the Batman is not coming. Not today. Not tonight. But next time, we are gonna see if this is actually the place, or if it is another trap. It's a trap! For all we know, it could be. I mean, we can 100% for sure say that there's gonna be more than nothing now.
I make the prediction that the heroes did make some progress here, and they probably will find the Riddler before the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
And learn whatever he wanted to tell them at that point. After this chapter, because I know the chapter has a different name, the next chapter is probably going to focus on an entirely different scenario. For example, maybe focusing on the characters who are going after the Penguin.
Yeah.
So everything about this scenario is going to just wrap up in this one chapter. This admittedly long chapter too, so it's probably going to cover the whole package of this scenario.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume they will find the Riddler, they will solve some more riddles, and then he will tell whatever he wants to say, and through Riddler's passion, he's gonna escape.
Yeah. You know, if he's trying to give them information, it wouldn't surprise me if he gave them that in the form of riddles, and then I don't know, yeah, drop a smoke bomb and take off. I think I know you're grinning.
Do I? Do you? There you go.
Yep.
I mean, there's the purple. There's no green in there, but there's the purple. All the green went to his actual.
It's actually the thought that crossed my mind too when I mentioned that sentence.
But yeah, it is the end. Thank you all for being here, and Merry Christmas.
Sometimes the Batman does that too.
Yeah, but sometimes he just does this, just fades in the darkness, which I won't be able to do because my lamp is on.
Or just vanishes when you weren't looking at him.
Yeah, if you take your eyes off him for 1 second, he disappears.
The smoke bomb is for him to get a stealth attempt when you are staring directly at him.
All he needs is make line of sight. I am one with the shadows. Maybe he is a vampire, who knows?
That appeared as a comic once. And you can see the correlation why someone would have thought of that.
I mean, the Dark Knight was a vampire.
Plus the bat thing. Vampire bat.
Yeah.
Bid you to have a lovely time with your family.
There you go. There's the vampire bat.
Yeah, see, I told you it was a thing.
What's he called, the Dark Knight? Yeah, he was the Dark Knight. But yeah, Merry Christmas everyone. See you after the holiday.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Bye bye.